I said hello, you fool, I love you. Come on, join the joyride. So they're ready, and no. So, yeah, this was my exercise. So we will start with the girl, which is this one, because why? Why would you start with a girl? You will ask. Because it's the most difficult one, in my opinion. The guy with the mustaches and the fat guy are easier, relatively easier. So we will start with the girl, and for each one we will have 20 to 25 minutes to do it as much as we can, which is not gonna be that hard. I like to do heads, and I have a lot of experience doing them, so I probably will be able to do it. But of course, if you stay and see, you will be able to observe this with your own eyes, which is amazing. I know it's absolutely amazing, or not completely amazing, or nothing. I don't know. Everybody will decide for themselves. For amazing things for some people are just regular things for others, and so on. So we cannot say who will find this amazing and who will find it boring. Hopefully. The only thing I'm hoping for very much is for OBS not to crash. But even if it does, we'll do another stream and we'll continue. So it's not a big deal if OBS crashes. It does crash sometimes, so it's fine. So this is the lower lip, this is the upper lip. This is Voldemort, as you can see a little bit, but now we will do some nose, and the Voldemort will become something else. Still, not a relatively pretty lady, but something that's resembling her. The prettiness will come a little bit later, not quite in the beginning. It's difficult to get it in the beginning. Maybe I should practice more. Yeah, I know. Practice makes perfect, of course. I always say that, and if I want to do something, to become better in something, I have to just practice more. It's so simple. Absolutely simple. It cannot be simpler, we can say. Is Blender easier for you than ZBrush, Nico? No. Everything is the same. I mean, for me, ZBrush and Blender are similar programs. I mean, they are 3D programs. The sculpting in ZBrush, sculpting in Blender, they are not that difficult in my opinion. Different, I mean. Different. And difficult, they are not that difficult for me. Of course, for a beginner, probably there will be some difficulties. For me, you know, not so much. As you probably can see, it's relatively easy. Everything is easy. But of course they are different. I'm not saying they're not. ZBrush and Blender are different, with Blender is being the better program since it's free. You know, when you have a program which is as good as Blender and it's free, there is no other program which costs money that can be better than it. You know? There is just not. Many people will say, but sculpting in Blender, in ZBrush is always better. Probably, but it costs a lot of money. If we have to go, I always go to the better value. And for example, I don't buy the most expensive Threadripper processor from AMD. I don't buy the most expensive video card or whatever. I go value for money. And Blender, value for money, has no competition at all. There is no program is even close to Blender. Value for money style. Yeah, I know I'm a Blender fanboy right now, but it's cool. You can handle it. Now this upper lip should be closer to the lower lip. So 5 minutes into this, we are kind of nowhere, but 5 minutes is not 20 minutes, so probably we will get somewhere at some point in about 15 minutes more. But I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. Yeah. I was streaming in the Discord just a couple of minutes ago. I mean, maybe 30 minutes ago. I was streaming in the Discord and I was listening to Fallout soundtrack, Fallout 4 soundtrack. Yeah, amazing stuff. I even kind of have this itchy hands to play the game again, Fallout 4, but I don't have time for this. Not that I'm that busy. I'm not that busy, but I know that I will not have the same experience as I had back in the days when I was playing it and I had this time. Now I will not be able to give the same amount of time that's needed. Now, what we can see here is the problem. Now, the problem is the jaw is too huge. We have to kind of squeeze it a little bit. But not only that, the ear portion here is a little bit too wide, and the top can be softer. And this is relatively fine. We can put the hair and see what will happen. You know, when I'm doing something that has to resemble something, for example, I'm doing work from concept, which I usually do, I am putting kind of a base forms of the head, and if the head has mustaches, hair, other stuff, I will kind of put them as a base mesh so I can get the likeness better. If you don't put them, if you just try to do the likeness without main things like the hair or mustaches or whatever, it probably will be a difficult task, and most likely you will struggle for a long time, which I don't recommend. Just put a base hair and get done with it. It's fine. You don't have to struggle that much. That's what I'm saying. Okay, she's looking a little bit more sinister than the concept. But I don't care. We may say that I don't care. I give up. I don't care. Now we will do this thing here, which is part of her hair, I guess. Maybe it's not, but I will do it as part of her hair. And she's still looking a little bit manly. Why? Because of the chin. The chin is, in the case of this concept, is very, very tiny and small. So we will try to achieve that. But as a base mesh, I think it's working quite well. I mean, as a base mesh to fix it later. And we will fix it later. Now I'll have to do this spiral thing here, which is annoying, to say the least. But I'm doing it anyways. Why? I don't know. I think this will give us a little bit more resemblance with the concept, hopefully. Now I'm putting just base stuff, base meshes, base forms of the hair. Refining we will either not do, or we will do later if we have a little bit more time. But the base forms are the important ones. The important ones. I'm sorry if I am speaking in this Slavic accent that I usually have. Slavic accent is what we have. Now the nose has to be a little bit longer. This way we will achieve a bit more of a resemblance with the concept. I'm not reading the chat right now, as you can see. Why? Because this is recording, this is not actual live, and I cannot read the chat because the chat is actually live, and this is a recording. And why are you doing recording, Nico? I'm not doing recording, this is a joke. I will read the chat. You're a beast, thank you very much. Lad, how many years have you been learning sculpting? By the way, you're amazing, man, keep it up, thank you very much. I have been sculpting for around 14, maybe 14 years. Before that I was a 2D artist, so I was drawing before that, but sculpting just for around 14 years. It's not too much, but I was working in the studio for 15 years, and some of those years I was 2D artist, the others I was 3D, and I was working all day, and then when I go home I was continuing to sculpt. And at the end, this will make you better if you sculpt kind of constantly and without breaking. No, I'm not saying you don't use a break, but I like to sculpt, you know. This is, I just like it. I sit and I sculpt and I have fun and I listen to podcasts, I listen to music, I even watch Netflix while sculpting, which is a little bit awkward. I mean, it's difficult to do both because you have to watch actually some Netflix movie. For example, now I'm trying to watch Umbrella Academy, not right now, but these days. Today I started the first episode of Umbrella Academy. I don't know if it's a good show, probably it is, we'll see, but it seems like a good one. Okay, we have it. Now let's make a cylinder which will be her blouse, or the collar. Yeah. Collar, I don't know, collar, how do they call it in English? Collar, because it sounds like a collar, like a collar, which is not exactly collar. It's a curious thing. Collar, collar. Okay, she's looking almost as bad as the concept. Not I'm saying the concept is bad. The concept is not bad. I'm saying that she's looking like she's watching the eyes are like, this guy, I kill him. Something like that. How much time? Okay, 12 minutes into this. Now we will just go and add some color, which will not be a color actually, it will be black and white, but it will be something, so something like this. And yes, cool. Eyebrows, good stuff. The hair is a little bit too dark for my taste. Probably we can make it lighter with value. Yeah, a little bit lighter will be nice. In the concept, she has a little bit of a curvy smile. I mean, not smile. The face is not exactly symmetrical in the concept. That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying, sometimes I cannot say it, obviously, but I was trying to say that the face is not exactly symmetrical in the concept, which makes it different. That's why it's different, because it's not symmetrical. Otherwise, we have relatively got the life. Got the life. Or we have got the resemblance tiny bit. We cannot get it completely, as we know, if we don't spend hours and hours. And we don't spend hours and hours, obviously. We're working for just a couple of minutes. And why? Because it's more fun. If I spend hours and hours on Sculpt, not many people will watch it. And at least I want my YouTube channel to be watched, you know. Everybody, when they make YouTube channel, they try to make it watchable and people to get there, have fun, subscribe, for example, like, comment, share, whatever. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do also. So, yeah, sculpting some things for like 5 hours or 6 hours probably is possible, yeah. But first I will get tired very quickly by speaking, you know. I can speak a lot, as you can see, but for more than 3 hours at a time, I get a little bit tired. So let's just color this And maybe we can go here and without symmetry do this kind of tattoo here on her face. If it's a tattoo, I don't care. If it's not, maybe it's tattoo, maybe it's not, nobody knows. Maybe it's mustaches. But it's just visible as a tattoo, and we will say it is a tattoo. Alright. Good job. Now, we will take this, everything, and make a new collection, put it there, and forget about it. This is collection 1. Now we will do another mesh, which will be in a different collection, and this time we will do this guy. We will leave the easiest one for the last, for dessert. We'll do this one. Why this one is harder than the fat guy? Because it has a lot of hair and mustaches and whatever, so it will be a little bit harder. For me. Maybe for you it's super easy to do those things. For me it's a little bit harder. It's not hard to say, it's just taking more time. That's what I mean by harder. It's not exactly hard. It just will take more time. For example, if you want to do stuff like this, and you are a complete beginner, you have to first learn the program, of course. You have to spend a couple of hundred hours, yes, couple of hundred hours into the program trying to sculpt. In the beginning, it will be horrible. Many people quit in the first like 100 hours. They cannot make the first 100 hours because it's difficult in the beginning. It's hard. How to rotate the object constantly, how to change the brushes. You see, I'm changing the brushes and rotating super quickly. Why? Because I need to do it quickly. I don't need it to be slow, since I'm trying to do something fast in here. But yeah, in the beginning it's very slow. Okay, when we are doing something from concept also, it's very important to look at our object as it is in the concept. For example, the concept is rotated this way, and I'm looking at the model this way. If I don't do that from time to time, I will lose the ability to do it properly. I mean, this is the proper way. To just go and do it from the perspective of the concept, but not only from the perspective of the concept, because then you will lose the other views and it will be horrible way to die. No, probably not exactly die. You should watch Ozark, really great show. I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it. I probably will. Nice to see you again, Nico. Thank you very much. She looks like got lazy eyes. Probably yes, sometimes it happens. Do you prefer display tablets or tablet? Just a tablet. For beginners, do you think it's a good practice to have a time limit? No, I don't think it's a good practice for beginners to have a time limit. It's her hair. Good. What's your favorite chips? I don't eat chips. Finally, I can watch you live. Greetings from Argentina. I love your videos. Thank you very much. Nico prefers tablet, not display tablet. Exactly. Thank you, BC. Okay. Let's continue. Now here, for example, if you need to make this properly, you need to know head anatomy, which is very interesting to learn, but it's not the most easy thing to do. And of course, I have a course about it. You can find it in the description of this video, as well as my Discord server. By the way, these images are from the weekly challenge, weekly sculpt challenge in the Discord server. So you can check it out if you want to try yourself. There are people who are beginners, they try it. People who are pretty good, they try it, and they succeed. Of course, the beginners, they succeed in their own way, we may say. It's not exactly perfect, but nobody expects somebody who is sculpting for 5 months to do something very, very nice. It's just not very plausible, we may say. if you expect yourself to sculpt for 5 months and then do something pretty good, then your expectations are a little bit off. Usually it takes at least 1 or 2 years to start sculpting things which are relatively good, but this 1 or 2 years you have to sculpt every day for at least 4-7 hours, 8-31 hours a day, and of course 65 hours some days. I'm not saying that if you sculpt for 72 hours a day, it will be bad. No, it will be fine. But no, over 80 hours a day probably is not exactly good. Because you will get tired, 80 hours every day, Some people I've heard sculpt for 95 hours every day. Every day. Even every half day. Yeah, you might think, this Nico, he probably is crazy. But no, I'm just having fun, it's fun. Don't worry. Don't worry about it, it's fine. How much time do we have? We have a long, long time. Okay. I will pinch his lips because he's kind of an old character. Old characters usually don't have very full... Why am I pressing H forever? Don't have very full lips. That's what I noticed. So I will not make his lips super full. Let's make his eyes and see what will happen, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. So if you want your character to have a soul, make eyes. Eyes, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Eyes, eyes, baby. Yeah, the area around the eyes is not super easy, but if you kind of keep it like spherical part, like half sphere in here, it probably will be a little bit easier. So you have to go from down and just do it. Now, it's not like the concept. The face doesn't look like the concept. Why? You know why? Because he doesn't have hair and mustaches. Without the hair and mustaches, he will never look like the concept ever. Ever. Whatever you do. So, next, we will do some mustaches and hair. But he has relatively fine features for now, I would say. It's not completely bad. Maybe here we will need a little bit more. Okay. Like this. And then time to do the beard. Or not. No, we will do it. The cheekbone is a little bit more sharp in the concept. As you can see here in the silhouette, we can see that the cheekbone is pretty sharp, so we can just try to do it. Now those things, to notice them, it requires to have, not only to have eyes, because if you don't have eyes, usually you will not be able to notice anything except sound probably. But not only eyes, but to have trained eyes, which means you have to practice. And again, practice is the key to the whole thing. Remember. Now this will be his mustaches and also his hair. And you will say, but Nico, how will you make this mustaches as well as hair? This is impossible. Probably it's not exactly, completely, totally implausible. We'll see. Okay, and symmetrize, then we'll go like this. These are the mustaches. As you can see, they're one of the most amazing mustaches in history of the whole world. Yeah, I know. Sometimes this happens. In the stream we are doing something which is so incredible that even I, who is doing it, I'm doing it, sit in awe and just I'm like, wow, how good I am. Yeah. Because your muscle memory is confusing between laptop layout and keyboard layout, brother. Yeah, laptop and keyboard and normal keyboard are a little bit different. Yeah. I'm doing only courses for English, yeah. Thank you, Beast3. You are Sri from Siri. Sri or Siri from Bahrain, India. We all know. And thank you for answering to the people instead of me. This guy Beast3 is never missing a stream. I don't know what he's doing, but he never misses a stream. He's always here, and he knows everything to know about me and about my courses, about everything. So I probably will hire him for my secretary or whatever, and he will answer the questions. He may know even my shoe number. I don't know. Do you know my shoe number? It's interesting. The keys, you don't need them that much, I think. Hi Nico is my first name here. It's your first time here. I love your work. Yeah, sometimes I read something and I read it a different way. I don't know. I love your work and you have inspired me. What's a good way to practice sculpting here? Your answer for the question, what's a good way to practice sculpting here, is exactly the question itself. What do I mean by that? Yeah, it probably is a little bit confusing. Practice sculpting here. I know. It sounds counterintuitive to practice something, to learn it, but it usually helps a lot. So practice sculpting here so you can sculpt here better. This is my advice, of course. Maybe I'm not right, but you know, I learned to sculpt here this way, and it worked. So probably it should work for other people too. I don't know. Just find concepts stylized, for example, because usually we sculpt stylized here, and try to sculpt the whole thing with the hair, paying especially attention to the hair. So you will practice this way your sculpting overall and sculpting hair as well. I think this way you will kill 2 rabbits with 1 shot, which is unfortunate for the rabbits, of course, but for you it will be fine, I guess. But the rabbits, you know, they will not return home, and their mother will look for them. She will be sad, and deep inside her she will know that they are not alive anymore, those rabbits that you killed with 1 shot. And yeah, but she will still hope that they maybe will return, the rabbits that you killed with 1 shot. I don't know. We just have to be more careful with the rabbits, you know. And with the animals overall. We shouldn't kill that much animals, I guess. Yeah, but we like to eat meat. Yeah, okay, you like to eat meat. Go kill some cows, pigs. Why not? Or take the life of some other animal that you want to eat. Try it. Could be fun. Not as much fun as eating the meat, I will guess, yeah. I haven't killed a pig right away, yeah. So, I don't know. But I've eaten a lot of pigs. So probably I'm not following my own advice here. What is this called? I don't know. It's what it's called when you are advising people to do something and you do the opposite. In English it's called to kill two birds with one stone. In Bulgarian is to kill two rabbits with one shot. So yeah, that's what I said about two rabbits. But two birds with one stone is also a valid idea. It's all about the killing, you know. You need just to kill. Doesn't matter what. Nobody cares. Kill or be killed. Not that the rabbit will kill you or the birds. So it's not about self-defense there. Why am I talking about this? I mean, I was speaking about sculpting here, and suddenly we are killing rabbits and birds left and right. It's just interesting, yeah. Maybe I'm just some kind of a psychopath that likes to kill things like Dexter, but not like superhero, but bad. You know. Who knows? So, Shift D, Z, go up, scale down, P, selection, and this way we have the other part of his color. Oh, where? 11, 15. Think your mic is lower than usual stream. Oh shit. Okay, let's go and fix that. I am guessing that that's the case, by the way. So go to sounds, go to recording, go to microphone, double click, levels, and here it has to be 85. Okay. So people, tell me that if it is this way, you know. Yes. But rabbits are so delicious. I don't think that rabbits are that delicious, but of course they're edible. I like, you know, lambs, pigs, chicken. I eat everything. I am a everything eater. I'm not vegetarian. I eat everything. Yes, and for the Muslim people here, it will be a shock to know that I eat pigs. Dirty animals, but very tasty actually. So yeah. I think in the Quran, the pigs are dirty, filthy, or I'm not sure what exactly, but they are not very edible. My experience is that they are very edible, but I don't know. You know, I'm not forcing my beliefs to anybody, and I expect the same from everybody. You know, when I say something about the war in Ukraine, for example, or other politics or religious thing, this is just my opinion. Sometimes I am not saying my opinion because it's better not to say it. For example, for the Olympic Games, I watched this thing with the piece that the bearded woman and I don't know if it was a man with breasts or it was a woman with beard, which I guess it was a man with breasts. But I watched it and, you know, I was like a little bit, why are they doing it? It's, for me, it's not, but I'm not mad. It's fine. I mean, they are doing it, so probably it's fine. Also, I don't care that much, you know. They're not doing anything to me. They are not making problems for me. They are not making war in Ukraine, for example, or killing children. They're not doing that, you know. They're just having fun, colorful clothes, people dressed as, you know, men dressed as women, women dressed as men, whatever. Nobody's hurt, right? So everything is fine. Some people are just paying too much attention. I mean, not paying too much attention, but they are giving too much of a thought, like, why they are doing that? Our kids will be spoiled, or not spoiled, but they will learn the things not the way they should be. Times are like this. We have to just go with the flow, probably, and that's it. If you jump too much against the current will probably take you. Or you will change the current, that's also a possibility. But not quite too much. I would say not too much. Okay, how much time do we... Okay, 35 minutes up to this point, and we have only one model to make, but here we haven't made the colors, and the colors will, not the colors, but the black thing that we will put, it will make it look a little bit better, you will see. First, I will make this, then this, flatten, and I thought that I removed the symmetry, but I obviously haven't, which I will fix, and it's fine. Now it's good enough to start the colors. Bacon is delicious. Yeah, for some people it's delicious, for some people it's dirty. It just, you have to respect other people's, no, this one, other people's religion and preferences, whatever. Respect is a good thing that we usually don't have too much of it. We have a lot of hatred, maybe not a lot of hatred, but we have a lot of judgmental. We are judgmental. We are, oh, this guy is like this guy is like this. And by we, I'm not saying we, I'm saying me. You know, it's not good to speak about us as a human or whatever. I speak about myself. And I'm judgmental, which comes from my young years, whatever. And I'm trying to fix it. And I will be a better person at some point in my life. As you can see now, it's starting to get there. But we are putting lines, which of course we all know is cheating, but we sometimes are cheating, it's fine. It's not a big issue to cheat. And maybe he will have one normal eye, which is this one. And on the other one, we will have something like a scar coming from the top and to the bottom like this. Scar. Tissue. Scar tissue. And this we'll have to also color a little bit darker. Maybe not so dark, but a little bit darker will be fine. Okay, it seems alright. Looking relatively like it. Of course, it's not completely like the concept, but it seems like the proportions are a little bit off. The nose has to be bigger. Better. Mustaches down. And something like this. Something like this. Okay, this guy is kind of okay. We will select him, press M, new collection, and he is gone with the wind. Now we will do another guy, which is the fat guy. Of course, this guy is amazing, you know. He's easy. We'll do him easily. Nico, I made one of the heads and posted in Discord, but not many people liked it. It's so bad. My nickname is Royal Vintir. Because of the nickname. It's because of the nickname. Let's see. Royal Vintir. Ah. It's not bad. I would say we've seen worse. But this is one of the most not so interesting heads, I would say. But it's cool. And also, don't expect too much likes, you know. Nobody is having too much likes. For example, this guy has made a pretty cool, you know, from the concept cool model. And he has a little bit more likes, yes. This one, not so much. But you don't have to do it for the likes. This one is pretty cool, by the way. This is a portrait of the artist. Interesting. So yeah, some things get more likes, some things not so much. Absolutely normal. And I know we as artists, we want to be embraced. We want people to like us and to like our work, which is inspiring, and we will do more and more just to get these likes. But sometimes it's not very possible. And if you don't receive too many likes, for example, for your work, the only thing that you have to get from that is to just get better. That's it. Nothing too much. If you get better and better and better, you definitely will get more likes if that's your goal. Even my work doesn't get a huge amount of likes in my Discord server, by the way. In my Discord server, not one. For example, you see this one, 16 likes, 16 fires and 2 claps. This one, 33 fires, and yours has 7 and 2. Okay, it's fine. It's looking good. Also, presentation is important. My presentation is awful, of course. It's just a print screen. But if you spend a little bit more time to do some presentation, this one is not perfect presentation, but it's looking interesting. If you spend the time to work on the presentation, it will be a little bit more likable because you spend this amount of time to sculpt it. For example, 3 hours. And then just post it. It's not gonna make too much of a storm or whatever. You just have to spend a little bit more time, like 1 or 2 hours more, to try to present it in the best possible way. If what you seek is likes, which by the way is the thing is that we are seeking likes, especially in ArtStation. When we post something, we definitely want to have likes and to have people that follow us, because that will lead usually to our works go to trending much more. Then they will be seen by more people. Some of those people might give us some job. But nowadays I've seen Nico, will you do a model for me? Okay, what do you want? I want some superhero, for example. Okay, good. And we talk, he showed me concepts, whatever, everything is fine until I tell him the price. And then he disappears. People are expecting very, very low prices these days. So if you want to have job these days, your prices should be pretty low, but your quality should be kind of on point. My prices are not low because I don't quite need to do freelance that much. I eat from my courses, we may say. My courses feeds me. What is missing on this guy? The ears are missing. They are completely missing. So we'll try to do some ears in here. Ears in here or ears in here. I don't know. When we have a lot of polygons, it's more difficult to do those main shapes. So remember to put those main shapes before you go with higher polygon numbers. What we also miss here is teeth. We need teeth for this character. Definitely. And we will have teeth. You're thinking Nico will not make teeth. They are too difficult to make. He will not make them. But you are wrong. Because he will make them. We'll see. Oh, I'm watching from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, very nice. Africa. You miss shadow of the floor, brother. Yeah, I know. Turn logo. Okay. I'm doing it for likes. They just show me if I did something not bad. Yeah. Can you say how much you price if you don't mind me asking? It depends. It depends, but for a character which is middle level of complication and high poly, retopologizing, low poly, UVs, texturing, all of these things, game ready character, usually I don't fall below $1,000 for a character. Sometimes even more. It depends on the character, of course. If the character is having a lot of details, it will be much more than $1,000. But less than that for a game character, no. For me, no. But if you want to be competitive, if you want to get jobs, to get freelances, you have to go lower than that. Much lower if you want to get more jobs and more work. Okay, this guy is smiling. He has to have some wrinkles here, a little bit of this. Maybe his nose could be... the nose could be not so symmetrical, but we'll see. Here in the back we can make some things like this. Fat people have those. Yeah, and when I'm saying fat, I don't mean fat, you know. Because fat these days is to say that somebody is fat, even fictional character those, is offensive. And some people can take it badly. By fat, I mean overweight or big or something like this. Not exactly fat, you know. No, fat, no. But if I was fat, I will be able to say fat without problem. Now, since I'm not exactly fat, I should be careful because it will be offensive. Yeah, we're living in interesting times. I always say that. Very, very interesting times we're living in. If you're a black guy, for example, in America, you can say the N-word. If you are not, it's not allowed. Interesting stuff. Not that somebody will sue you. I don't think it's against the law to say the N-word. But it's not very acceptable, and you may get beaten to saying it, right? I guess yes. Why did you beat this guy? He said the N-word to me. But you are, you know, I don't know. Yeah, because the N-word, I know, I'm joking. The N-word, of course, is something that they have called black people in America for when they were slaves, of course. And that's why it's not exactly appropriate. It reminds them of this time. Although they haven't lived in this time, but that's another question. I'm not saying it's not right. Probably it is. If people do it, it's probably right. But fat, come on, fat is not offensive. Fat will be offensive if you are suffering from some illness, which you are making exercises, you are, you are moving a lot, you're not eating too much, you are not eating sugar at all. And if you're still fat, then yeah, it's probably offensive to you to call you fat. But if you are eating sugar like crazy, drinking sugar like crazy, and eating pizzas, hot dogs, a lot of calories every day, and then you're offended by somebody calling you fat, this is not the same as the N-word at all. In my opinion, it's not exactly even close. But again, I may be wrong. These are my thoughts on some matters. These are not the holy gospel or whatever, no. This is just my thoughts. And again, about the Olympic Games, the scene where this blue guy, the naked blue guy they call him, he's an actor, a French actor, he's not gay at all. I mean, he has kids and everything, but it doesn't matter. This scene, many people say it's not the secret supper or the supper, whatever, from the Bible. It's something else, but it actually is kind of the supper. I saw it. The comparison is really, it's there. And it's a little bit, I don't know. It seems that like they're mocking the religion, which I don't care. I mean, I don't like it because I don't like anybody to be in this position. But again, they're not killing kids. They're not dropping bombs. They're not dropping napalm. They didn't invade Ukraine, I think. So, it's fine. You know, after this war, I reconsidered many things. And I was walking through the peaceful village in the seaside where I was last week. And I was like, wow, it's so peaceful, so nice. I was appreciating that because I know that many people in the world doesn't have that. You have to appreciate the small things because at some point these days you don't know if you will have them anymore. Appreciation is an important thing. I always want to make my sculpting very accurate, and it takes so long to make a face. Is that bad? No, in the beginning it will take too much time, but after you do like a couple of 100 faces, at some point you will get faster, if you want. If you want to get faster, you will. If you don't want to get faster, don't get. I mean, I know people, I always say that, I know people who are better than me in sculpting, but not as fast as me. They are better because they are willing to put a lot of time into something. And when I ask, how do you know when it's ready? And the guy says, I know when it's ready, when it's ready. there is no time limit. He doesn't put himself like time limits or whatever. He's just saying, it will be ready when I decide to. And he's working on something for a month, 2 months, 3 months. It doesn't matter for him. For him, it doesn't matter. He just likes to do nice things because he's an artist. When you're an artist, you just like to do nice things. Likes are good to have likes in ArtStation or whatever on Instagram, but the most important thing is to just do your art, to just do nice things for yourself. Let's put the, if we can, probably we will not be able to. By the way, 55 minutes, we are getting a little bit out of time. Hopefully I will be able to do this. But I'm guessing it will not be exactly possible. We'll see. This will be his color. Like everybody has a color. As you can see, it's nice for your sculpt to not be only a head, but to have something like a collar, to have something like a shirt, like parts of the shirt. As you can see from this concept, it's pretty cool. So you can try that. To always put something like a cloth on your sculpts. Could be a nice addition. All right. We need to do some hair. A little bit of just hair here. And we will be completely fine when we do the color. Again, color, whatever. The nose, eyes, here a little bit more black, here always a little bit more black, eye, and some drawings like this. Oops, not from here. Just putting some action into it. Faking some stuff. But you know, when you're working as a 2D artist, you are faking a lot, so yeah, we are just leveling the playing field, we may say, with this. I'm a 2D artist also. I mean, I can draw a little bit, so it's interesting for me to do this kind of mix-up, 2D and 3D, or 3D and 2D. It's not the same, but it's relatively similar, so it's fine. Okay, those lines here. And here we might have some lines. Interesting stuff is happening. It's not the same. As you can see, it's not very, very similar to the concept, but it works. Okay, let's see all of them. Now, first, we select this guy. M, new collection. Good. And now, we move him this way. We show this. Move it this way. and we show the girl. It's in the beginning. And this girl needs a little bit fixing here to remove these things, because this probably is her hair, yes, but I didn't do it, so it's fine. And let's do a little bit better background. And maybe shadow. Too much. Get them closer together. They are friends. They need to be closer. This one a little bit bigger. Alright, so 1 hour, yeah. I think we made it for around 1 hour. It's very cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, war is hell, I lose my home because of it. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody should lose homes, relatives, or anything because of other people's greeds. But it happens. And usually when somebody steals your home or kills your relatives or whatever, they are going to jail, right? In war, actually, this doesn't happen that much, except if they lose. But nobody knows who will lose and who will win in this war. It's not only up to the Ukrainians or Russians up to this point. It's up to other people who are giving some money. Nico, you got a good really sense of humor and your videos are very entertaining and helpful at the same time. Thank you very much. Will there be a new course anytime soon? Soon, I'm not sure, but at the end of September, hopefully I will be able to do some course about leg and feet anatomy, we'll see. Brother, do you play Mad Max PC game ever? No, I haven't. Смотрю ваши стримы и повторяю с преводом. Не расти очень жалко, что не понимаю английский язык. Yeah, I'm sorry that you don't know English. Я съжалявам, что ты не знаешь английский язык. Да? Yeah. Sometimes I'm trying to speak Russian. No, I'm not trying. But I understand it kind of. So you're saying 2D art is fake? Yeah, 2D art is fake. Nico, you're the best teacher. Thank you. Has more chin than a Chinese phone book. Chins than a Chinese phone book. That's offensive. Yeah, and you know, I even start to recognize which things are offensive, you know. Watching these streams makes me want to improve. That's a very good point, and that's a very good idea to improve. And to find a reason to improve, I mean something like inspiration in my videos, it's pretty flattering for me. It's very nice. So guys, if you don't have any more questions, because now in these summer times, we don't have too much people watching. We have less than 100 people watching in any given time, which is far less than our top, like 300 people were watching at one time back in the days. But probably we will reach these numbers at some point in the winter, because summer, people are in the beach, people are doing some other activities, they're not staying at home watching this bald guy. Biko, is game designing linked with 3D modeling? I will I will understand Biko as my name, so my name is Biko in this case. Game designing linked with 3D modeling? No, it's not. Game designing is completely different, and people who are designing the games, they are writing documents, they are gathering pictures or whatever, and they're making the game design. Sometimes they're making a pitch, which the pitch is a document with pictures, maybe they're with help of some artists, they can be, but the idea is that the game design and the 3D, they're all inside the game industry, of course, but they're not intertwined too much. In Baharat, it's rainy season right now. Good for you. Now here in Bulgaria is the not rainy season. and it hasn't rained for a long time, especially in the seaside, and there are no mosquitoes there even, because they cannot grow in these very dry environments, I guess. So it's interesting. Thanks for always inspire us to sculpt even more. Yes, and I sculpted to practice those guys. I sculpted. No, this one was for this one was just for fun, just for relaxation without a concept. I sculpted those, and let me see if I can show you the other ones. I sculpted all of those 6 characters. They are here. I sculpted them just for practice, just to, you know, just for a little bit of practice. And now for 1 hour I was able to sculpt only those 3. Yeah, I know that if I sculpt the 6 characters, all the 6 characters for 1 hour, I will be the star of the show, but it's difficult. Probably possible, I don't know, but it's difficult. Okay, bye for now, guys. Have you seen the new fairly odd parent? The 3D art style is dope. No, I haven't. Haven't even heard of that. I haven't heard of that. But thank you guys for watching. See you in the next stream, which hopefully will be this week again, because next week I will not be able to do too much streams. Maybe Monday next week definitely will be a stream, but after that we'll see. So,